Today, we will learn to use specific processes in your genealogy life so we can work smarter, not harder. I'm your trainer, Lori Coffey. If you want to get along better with people, you have to improve your communications with them. Now it's time to review some relationship processes to use in genealogy. While again, there are multitudes of possible processes, we will focus on those to improve communications because lack of good communications can cause issues. Genealogists often work with people who may have unrealistic expectations. Let's see the number one way to work with them. The golden rule. All your interactions can go better by following that time-honored rule, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Of course, it means to treat others as you would like to be treated. Good advice, great advice. But we can improve our odds of success with others by making one minor adjustment called the platinum rule, which says treat others as they would like to be treated. The only problem is, how do you know how they would like to be treated? Judith Glaser, author of Conversational Intelligence, tells us. She told me personally, another person I got to meet, communication interaction dynamics at the nonverbal level is where trust is established or not. In other words, your attitude when speaking is more important than your words. She gives us 3 ways to transform conversations, which can transform relationships by improving your attitude with others. Show warmth, inclusion, and validation. In other words, stop thinking about yourself and start thinking about them. Warmth shows you are happy to be with them. Inclusion tells them you want them to be in your pack. Validation means whether you agree with them or not, their opinion matters. But if you think conversation is all talk, you haven't been listening. This is the most popular communication model offered by Stephen Covey, but one of the hardest to do. It's also known as the 5th habit for highly effective people. Seek first to understand them before you worry about trying to be understood by them. What does that mean? As Ben Franklin said, when I talk, I only know what I know. When I listen, I know what I know and what you know. Listening was his secret sauce when working with feuding founding fathers or begging from the French royal court. Step 1 in Ben Franklin's listening process is to limit distractions. Of course, today, the obvious distraction is in the palm of your hand, but there's a lot of other kinds as well. What if someone uses words the other doesn't understand? Why'd you dog me in that DM, Tank? It's English. What if they had a fight yesterday? Will that affect the conversation today? Internal distractions can affect our conversation as much as a jackhammer just outside the door. So always address distractions first. The second step is to adjust your body language to show you're interested. Which pair do you think is listening more? Turn your body toward the speaker, give them eye contact, and show a pleasant expression appropriate for the topic, which all public officials generally know. The third step in Ben's secrets is to listen to connect. That means being an active and empathic listener, showing interest and compassion. While most listening is autobiographical or only listening from your own point of view, our goal is to show you care about what they're saying with warmth, inclusion, and validation. Grade yourself after your important conversations to see how you are doing and where you can make adjustments. This has changed my life. It's changed my sister's life. This is huge in relationships. The fourth step in Ben's secret to listening is to avoid being solution-focused. I know what your problem is. Unless you're a well-trained doctor, don't offer solutions to fix their problem. Here's what you need to do. Really? You want that burden on your shoulder? If you ask me, I'd say, but they didn't ask you for a solution. Even if they do ask you, even doctors know not to answer directly until they have more facts. Instead, ask them questions and listen to find out what's really going on. The best kinds of questions are open-ended and exploratory. Open-ended are good when you sense they need to get the facts out or the emotions out before you can make progress. Like, what happened next? You can tell they're done when they start repeating themselves. That's when you move to exploratory, where you can help point them to their own solution thought process. Like, what are your steps? Always with warmth, inclusion, and validation, not, oh, what's your plan to fix it? You don't do it like that. It's really, oh. The last step in Ben's secret process is to simply close your trap. Or as he said, leave unsaid the wrong thing at the tempting moment. Or as my mother said, if you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all. I will close my trap while you review these other witty ways to say it. Which one's your favorite? I love them all. I think they're all really good. Before we move on to creativity processes, what will you do differently as a result of this new knowledge? Our goal is to manage our life by design, not by default. Default leads to chaos. Is that the kind of life you want? Even at my age, I want to plan my life. I don't want to live it by default anymore. Plan and improve to create a life by design, or as someone else said, a life worth living. Otherwise, you end up snoozing through life. I laughed when I first saw this, and then I thought, how sad, because a lot of people just would rather take a nap.